Hey guys, welcome back to the CulePodcast. Welcome back to another video. On today's video, I'm going to be talking about Ronald Araujo and Kalvin Phillips. What are the latest in their transfer situation? And as well, guys, we're going to be talking about some words from Ferran Torres and Cubarsi. But guys, before we get started on the video, make sure to follow me on all my social media platforms. Everything's posted down below in the description. Go over there and check me out. That way you guys can stay up to date with everything I do on the channel. But guys, let's get straight into it and let's talk about Ronald Araujo. Now, as you guys know, Bayern Munich, they are interested in Ronald Araujo. They're willing to spend big money on Ronald, and Tuchel is a huge fan of the Uruguayan. And if it was up to them, they'd make a big offer in the summer. It's reported anywhere from 70 million to 100 million for the Uruguayan center back. And Araujo, he doesn't want to leave. Of course, he's Barcelona. He's a Barcelona fan and he's a Barcelona player. Um, it runs in his blood, and so it's very, very unlikely that Ronald Araujo is going to want to leave Barcelona. And even then, this is the club stance on Ronald Araujo. This is Barca directive Deco speaking on the whole transfer situation. Bayern want Ronald Araujo. We are not considering selling him. He's not for sale. He's one of the key players for Barcelona's future. We want him to be happy, and this is shown on a day-to-day basis. There is nothing to talk about, and he told this to Movie Star. And this is basically Deco saying, "Hey, there is absolutely no way that we're going to be selling him. He's a Barcelona player, and we reject all offers." And that should be that's a statement to Bayern Munich saying, "Hey, Ronald Araujo is not up for sale. Go look at other center backs." And this is why, Bayern Munich and they went out for Eric Dyer, because of course they would have loved to bring in a player of Ronald Araujo's quality, but that was not feasible. Barcelona, where they were not listening to offers, and neither was Ronald Araujo, and so that's why Bayern Munich, they also went for Eric Dyer. But guys, I'm definitely happy with this situation. I think Ronald Araujo is going to be a key part of that defense for many years to come, and him not being so, I think, is fantastic news. But guys, definitely let me know your guys' thoughts on the whole situation. I know some people, they would have want to sell Araujo for big money, for maybe 100 million plus. Are you part of that camp, or are you happy that he stayed? Now, guys, next piece of news is something that it's a little bit less concrete, and this is reported by Fabrizio Romano, and this is Barcelona's interest in Kalvin Phillips. Now, Barcelona have not approached Man City for Kalvin Phillips so far, despite reports. Loan deal considered too expensive at current conditions. West Ham are still working and pushing for loan deal, waiting for Kalvin to make his decision. Now, my thoughts on Calvin Phillips is that I think he's an all right player. He's not a world beater or anything like that. Barcelona is looking at Calvin Phillips because they need a player to fill in that role, that CDM role, a player who can cover ground, who can break a play. Romeo was brought in to be that player, but unfortunately, the Romeo signing did not work. He's a short term stopgap, which unfortunately did not work. But Barcelona, they are exploring options, and this is why Calvin Phillips is on the list. And if Calvin Phillips isn't doing well at Man City, what makes you think that he can do well at Barcelona? One of the reasons why I was slightly open to the deal was because it was a loan deal. The possibility of a loan deal of Calvin Phillips just coming in for a temporary time and slotting in there at the CDM, paired with Frankie De Jong, I think it would have been an alternative, an experiment that we could have tried. But if the loan deal is expensive and Calvin Phillips is demanding, significant wages, then I don't see why Barcelona should go out for Calvin Phillips. If that's the case, then there's absolutely no chance that Barcelona should be going for him. And gladly, Fabrizio Romano has reported that Barcelona, they're doing the same. They're not approaching Calvin Phillips. But guys, let me know your guys' thoughts on Calvin Phillips. Are you guys would you guys want Barcelona to push a little bit harder for Calvin Phillips? Maybe pay a loan transfer fee for the English midfielder. But definitely let me know your guys' thoughts. And lastly, guys, we're going to be talking about Ferran Torres and Cubarsi, because these two players were basically the stars of last night alongside Lamine Yamal. Now, Ferran Torres, he has played 100 games for the club. Absolutely fantastic achievement. De Jong, he's played 200, and yesterday was his 201st. And now Ferran Torres, he has played 100 matches with the Barcelona jersey. And this is basically his quotes regarding the whole situation. Ferran Torres, it's a dream come true. Just coming here was a dream, and playing 100 games in this shirt makes me very happy. I want to help this club as much as I can, and I hope to stay here for many more years. Now, congratulations for Ferran to reaching 100 matches played with Barcelona. It's not an easy milestone, and the Barcelona is one of the top clubs in the world, and so having 100 games with them is not easy whatsoever. And for that, I applaud you. And whether you're going to be staying at the club for many more years, that's all up to you, depending on how you perform. And continuing on with his interview, my favorite goal, I'd say the first goal I scored at the San Mamés against Bilbao. And was Barcelona's away game at the Copa del Rey against Athletic Club. If you guys don't know, we are also going to face Athletic Club again this Wednesday, actually, and hopefully we do not have a repeat of the score line, because this game we lost 3-2, and it was another a game where Ansu Fati, he did get injured, and so we do not have very favorable memories of this match, except for that fantastic Ferran Torres goal. Continuing on, I was struggling to get playing time, but I was able to change a difficult situation and gain more opportunities and exploit them. So people know that nothing is impossible, and if you work hard, results will come in the end. Now, this is Ferran Torres talking about his time last season. If you guys don't know, last season, Ferran Torres was going through a very, like, he had a poor season. Just being blatantly honest, he did not have a good season last season. I believe this season he's already doubled his goals and assists, and we're only halfway through the season. So that's fantastic work from Ferran Torres. And there were some even rumors of him being potentially sold last summer, and luckily he he basically told Xavi, "Hey, I want to stay, I want to work, and I want to improve." And Xavi gave him the confidence and the trust, and we are seeing the fruits of his labor. Whether Ferran Torres will be here for many seasons to come, that's still dependent on him, and we need this Ferran Torres for many more weeks. We need to see more consistency for him to stay. But once again, congratulations to Ferran Torres. Lastly, my relationship with Xavi, above all, in the beginning, his trust in bringing me here and entrusting me to be part of this project. I am very grateful to him and his staff, who have always supported me, and it shows on the field. Xavi, this is true. Xavi, he puts a lot of faith and trust into Ferran, and yesterday that trust was rewarded. And I posed the question to you guys: what do you guys think Barcelona's best front line is at the moment? Personally, for me, I think if you're looking at how functional everything the players on form, possible a Joao Felix, Ferran, Lamine Yamal combination could be interesting. Obviously, we have to see how Vitor Roque does. Yesterday, he had a 30-minute cameo. He had a one clear chance where he missed. But once again, his movements and his performance yesterday, there were some encouraging signs. And even the goal in which Joao Felix he scored, if you guys can see, he makes the run right here to free up space for Joao Felix. And so, once again, Vitor Roque, he is 18, and he is going to be taking some time to adapt. And even it took Luis Suarez a couple games to adapt, and even then. And lastly, guys, the last call on Ferran Torres' interview. The shark, it was a joke at first, but now it has become part of my lifestyle. Mentality is important to me, and my teammates see me as a role model, someone who turned a difficult situation around. Guys, we do understand that at the highest level of football, everyone has talent. Every single player is talented, and they're a fantastic player. But what differentiates the good players from the great players is that work rate, that talent, and the mentality to handle difficulties. And this is something that Ferran Torres is working on, and fantastic to see how he turned around from last season, and whether he can take the next step to become one of the best in the world. That's up to the debate. But definitely, Ferran Torres is a player that you want in your squad, just because he offers so much versatility up front and offers so much off the ball as well. But guys, lastly, now we're going to be talking about Cubarsi, who had an absolutely phenomenal performance yesterday against Real Betis. The guy, not the guy, the kid who just recently turned 17 today, put an absolutely impeccable performance against Real Betis. He did not lose a single ball. Absolutely impeccable performance from him. And this is his quote regarding his performance yesterday. I'm very happy. This has been the best week of my life. It's so powerful to play for the Barca first team because I've always been a culé. So this is a dream come true. Cubarsi continues. The day before in training, I found out I might be in the starting lineup, but it wasn't confirmed until Xavi announced the team. I was so happy. I was very nervous at first, but as I gained confidence, I started to go with the flow and be myself. Now, this happens to everyone. Obviously, when you have like a big performance or a big obstacle, you are going to be anxious. But as soon as you're in the situation, then the nerves go away, and that's where you see your talent shine through. And once again, congratulations to Pau, and happy birthday as well. Absolutely phenomenal performance from him yesterday. And who knows, if Christensen isn't available to play against the Athletic Club on Wednesday, we can possibly see Pau Cubarsi get a second start for the club. And that would be the third game in a row in which he plays for Barcelona. But guys, that was it for the Barcelona news of the day. Later tonight, when we do the episode, we are going to be talking about the controversial Gerard Romero's audio leaks. There's been a whole lot of news and noise surrounding Gerard Romero because the Spanish refereeing federation has put on pressure on Gerard Romero and investigating him because of those audios regarding Real Madrid's game versus Almeria, which has become an absolute scandal. So, guys, make sure to tune in for that. We are going to be streaming that later tonight, so make sure to tune in. But lastly, guys, what do you guys make of everything that we have discussed? What do you guys make of the Ronald Araujo staying, and as well as Kalvin Phillips, and lastly, both Ferran Torres and Pau Cubarsi's quotes regarding yesterday's match. But guys, thank you guys all for watching. Thank you guys for supporting the channel. I appreciate. I thank every single one of you for tuning in. And lastly, guys, remember to like, subscribe, and comment.